Today we're looking at full-size Chromebook that brings a lot of features to the table. Hey guys, welcome back to our Hardware Sense channel. My name is Ivan and today we're looking at the Acer 515 full-size Chromebook. What does full-size mean? Well, it's 15.6 inch, so it's kind of like a standard laptop size, but what we run inside is the Chrome OS. So the specs of this one is Intel Core i3 1115G4. And this is a 4-core, 8 threads Intel 11th generation CPU. Not the most powerful, but Chrome OS doesn't demand more powerful CPUs. 8 GB of DDR4 RAM and 128 GB of NVMe internal storage, expandable via microSD card if you need to. Personally, I've been using a Chromebook for a very long time and I never needed more storage than that because I'm using it only for productivity, emails, office work, and maybe some images, some pictures. So 128 GB is just enough for me. Now we're gonna go through the regular unboxing. We're gonna see what's inside the box. We're gonna do an overview of this specific model. And of course, at the end, we're gonna talk about it in the conclusion. So what's inside of the box of the Acer Chromebook 515? We're gonna look at it immediately. You see quite a large box, pretty plain, but that's what most Acer computers are being shipped in. Some of the Chromebooks as well. So we have Chromebook branding right here, Acer branding. And if we look at the label real quick, you'll be able to see some of the specifications. We are talking about Core i3 1115G4. This is a 4-core, 8-threaded processor from Intel. 8 GB of RAM, 128 GB of internal NVMe SSD storage. Chromebook batteries last forever. I mean, the one I'm using currently gives me at least 12-13 hours of constant use, and this is one of the main reasons to use these Chromebooks that I absolutely love. So now if I go ahead and open it right away, well packaged, we have some recycled paper around the whole Chromebook, but before that, let's see what's on the right side. This little flap right here contains the charging brick and the charging cable, and the cable is just a regular Mickey Mouse style cable, so you can replace that easily with anything longer or shorter, or even better, if you're traveling across the sea for a long period of time, you can just get a similar one with European style or British style or Australian and plug it in. This one is a regular, quite compact, with USB-C on one side, excellent to see, so you can change it with whatever you want. Made by Lighton. Output is 65 watts, so anything 65 watts and over will be good enough for you charging it. So if you forget this one, you can buy one aftermarket or carry the one you like the most, and you still will be able to charge the Chromebook with no problem. So at the bottom we have some quick start guide right here, which is okay, some FCC information, some warranty information, so nothing really to write home about. And now you'll notice immediately that this one again comes just like all the other Acer ones I've seen in the past, with this very soft fabric recycled sleeve, which, quick tip, I'm using this one all the time because when you take these laptops or Chromebooks on the road and you take them out of your backpack to the tray of TSA flying around to be inspected, they're gonna get dinged, they're gonna get scratched, and you don't want that, obviously, especially if you spend a lot of money. You want something like that, throw it in the sleeve, put it on the tray, they can scan it, and then you can take it out without them scratching it or damaging it more. So these are very nice sleeves, and I love using them across a lot of laptops when I'm traveling. Now here it is. You will see how similar it looks compared to the one I've reviewed a while back, and here it is. You can see the differences immediately. The size, we're talking about 14 inch on the one I'm using constantly versus 15.5 inch on the 515 that we're looking at today. Very similar lids, they're both metal. Very similar designs with the Acer logo, with the Chromebook logos right there. But other than that, there's some significant differences and some design flaws that I'm finally happy to announce that Acer has addressed, but there's some they still have to address. And the one that I'm going to point your attention to immediately is on the back. These little knobs right here, you'll see those tiny little rubber feet they put on both sides of the hinges. These are supposed to provide some stability and kind of prevent the lid from touching the surfaces when you open it. Well, unfortunately, those were the first things to break off on this specific model right here. They immediately chipped off, so no longer there anymore. So yeah, that's a design flaw. I think they should have considered putting something bigger, like a whole rubber foot right here on the back maybe, or something else, because this is not working correctly. So if we look at on the right side of the ports, we have Kensington lock right here on the back, we have USB-C, we have full-size USB 3, we have micro SD card slot, LED light indication or charging indication right here. And flipping it on the left side, we have another USB-C, we have full-size HDMI port, 3.5mm headphone jack, and by the way, both USB-Cs can be used for charging it, so left or right, doesn't matter, they all both work. Nothing in the front, in the back, and this is another flaw that I'm going to talk about: ventilation, which means active cooling solution. And one of the main reasons I'm using these Chromebooks, like the one I just showed you, my other Acer one, is the passive cooling solution, which means no noise, no potential damage, because you have this large vent over here. When you put this on a surface like a blanket or sheets, or you're using it in bed, eventually this is going to get clogged with dust and that cooling solution will fail. And on top of that, that cooling solution is a fan that uses power, that drains the battery, and of course we don't want that. Right here on this older model that I'm using, you see no vents. This is passive cooling solution, Qualcomm chip, not Intel, but provides enough power to do everything you need, and at the same time completely silent. I can take it in bed and don't bother my spouse, or on the road or anywhere else, and nobody will hear it. You'll see quite a lot of design similarities here. Same feet right on the front, same grills with the speakers. Over here we have a large one because this is much bigger Chromebook, and this one we have just two. I'm going to show you another design flaw that they addressed with this model and I absolutely love. But without further ado, let's flip it around and open it and see what we're talking about. You'll see we have another protective fabric on top of the keyboard. And if I remove that immediately, you'll see the biggest difference here. We're talking about full-size keyboard with the numeric pad on the right side where it belongs. We have dedicated power button here because this is not a full convertible. This one had the power button on the side. One major addition that I'm really excited about here is the addition of the fingerprint sensor. You don't have to punch your password, you don't have to put any pins or any of that. You can just swipe your finger and it will be unlocked, which is a awesome addition because trust me, personally I have very secure password, very long. So when I open this and turn it on, my other Acer that doesn't have that, and I have to punch it in every time, it takes a bit of a time, and especially when I don't remember it because it's automatically generated to be secure, it becomes an issue. Now we have a sticker on the right side right here. It says Wi-Fi 6, USB 3.2. This is the USB-C, the latest version. HDMI, we have smart amplifier. We'll see how smart that amplifier is. And Corning Gorilla Glass touchpad. Now with the other Acer, obviously we had Corning Gorilla Glass not only on the touchpad, but on the screen as well because it's a touchscreen. We don't have a touchscreen here. But personally, I don't miss that because I don't use touchscreens on laptops or Chromebooks. I really don't like my fingerprints all over the screen. One big addition over here, you will notice immediately we have those convenient sliders to open and close physically your camera, which is amazing. I think every single laptop company should be including these because this is the only security that can be 100% sure for you to close your camera and not be spied on. Anything else software-wise can be exploited, so this is great. Now here's the issue where they have improved with this model. You'll see these rubber feet over here. Now they're placed on the screen, all around the screen, so your screen doesn't touch the surface where the keyboard is. Where here they were placed on the corners of the base itself, and see they are here on this side, but they're missing on the opposite side because they are another thing they broke off immediately when you place your palms over here. And over time, not even that long, probably took me 2 weeks typing and using, and they broke off, they disappeared. They're gone forever, and this is not good for a Chromebook that you're spending $600, $700 to have these kind of design flaws. I really don't like that. Now they remove them from here, they place them on the screen where they belong. Your hands are not touching it, and it's much better. We have a DTS logo right here, so hopefully the sound on this one is better than the other one. The smaller one has a little bit of a muffled sound, not that loud, but personally I don't care that much because when I use it normally in bed with headphones. That's why we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, and that's absolutely fine by me. Keyboard, very standard, nothing really special. Of course, it's lit up, just like on the other one, which is excellent. You can turn it off, you can turn it on, and that way at night you can type comfortably and not bother somebody with the light on. We have a sticker of Core i3 on this side, and this touchpad is significantly bigger than on the 14-inch model, obviously, and it's Corning Gorilla Glass covered, which is great, very smooth, very precise, and I'm absolutely happy with these. Happy to report that after so many months, almost a year with the other one, I never had problems with the touchpad whatsoever. Obviously, you're going to see some flex on this specific model because all that top is plastic. It's not like the metal here, but the screen is 1080p. It's very crisp, very clear, no problem whatsoever, and you will see how it looks. Let me see if I can bump lighting all the way up. So this is the brightest, and for indoor use, it's great. The screen is matte. It's not glossy like the touchscreen on the other one, and this is going all the way down. You'll see it even turns it off. So this is dark enough to use in complete darkness, and it's not producing much light to bother people around you. So I'm really happy with the range of lighting here. What else to mention here? All the standard keys are there, just like on pretty much any other Chromebook. The only addition is the numeric pad, which is great if you're using it for productivity. This is going to be a big addition for you. The rest of it, it performs exactly like this one. It's snappy, it's fast. I think the 8 GB of RAM helps a lot, just like on this one. Any other Chromebooks under 8 GB probably is not worth getting because 4 GB is not enough. 8 is plenty. If you open, let's say 12, 13, 14 tabs on Chromebook, just like myself, 8 GB is still usable, where with 4, you're gonna have some issues. The storage, we have 128 GB of internal storage, which is fine, but you can expand with SD card, with micro SD card right here if you really needed more. I personally, over the last year using this little one, I never had a need for any more. Obviously, this one is much heavier than the little one. Portability suffers a little bit, but if you're replacing an old, let's say, if you're replacing an old laptop and you're just using it on your desk, for work, email, some entertainment, this is going to be perfectly fine. Or you're giving it to a relative, an older, maybe parent, and you just want them to be safer and secure browsing. Chromebooks are perfect for this because they're not like Windows, so they cannot be easily hacked, or I should say as easily hacked. This one is going to be a great option for somebody like that, and because of the bigger screen, 15.6, it's going to be easier on their eyes. Obviously, I'm getting to that age where I really am struggling with the smaller screens, despite the fact that I love the portability. Bigger screens are much better on my eyes, and the screen is pretty crispy, pretty bright, pretty nice. So yeah, that's pretty much it with the unboxing and overview. Would I recommend this unit? Yeah, absolutely. I think for, like I mentioned, for anybody that needs a older laptop replacement and use it just for productivity, office work, email, text files, so you want to do some entertainment, watch some shows and stuff like that. Much more secure than Windows, we all know that, and at the same time provides pretty much similar experience with the full keyboard, numeric pad, big screen. But yeah, if you want portability and traveling, this is going to be your choice, something like that. Hopefully with the future editions, they can fix that problem with the rubber feet, come up with something better. I'm a huge fan of the battery life and the portability with this one, and the battery size. I can tell you, you can expect at least 12-13 hours of battery life from this kind of a size of a Chromebook. So yeah, I'm definitely liking it. Let's talk about it in the conclusion. All right, conclusion time. And what do I think about the Acer 515 full-size Chromebook? Well, I have to say, I really like it for many reasons that I mentioned throughout the videos, but to outline just a few, this is going to be the battery life, the full-size keyboard, and the big screen. Obviously, this makes a perfect replacement for somebody that just wants to replace an older laptop and use it for regular, everyday media consumption, office work, emails, text files, something in that matter, and just forget about all the hacking and all the potential threats that Windows brings in, unfortunately. And some of the security is already built in. We have fingerprint sensor, which is very quick and fast, works all the time to unlock it and go into your work. Cover on the camera is great, and the biggest issue here for me and the biggest letdown is the active cooling solution, which is not ideal, especially if you're taking it in bed or placing it over carpets and sheets and stuff like that. That cooling solution will get clogged eventually with dust, and you're gonna have to clean it. Maybe it can fail. It also takes a little more power so that fan can spin. But of course, with the battery included here, we're still looking at 12, 13, sometimes 14 hours of work time, which is excellent, especially if you're taking it on the road and if you're trying to work throughout some long flights and stuff like that. Having a long battery life is great. Having a regular USB-C charging port is great as well. Any charger over 65 watt can be used, and I have multiple ones that are 65 plus watts, 95, 105 and stuff like that. They can all be used, I tested them all, and they work perfectly fine charging this Chromebook with no issues. So yeah, would I recommend it? Yeah, absolutely. If you're looking for something for these kind of tasks without counting on gaming or anything like that, this is a very good solution. Granted, not very portable, so if you're traveling with it, I'll expect a little bit more weight, but not as much as regular laptop. That's pretty much it, guys. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video, stay tuned to the channel, subscribe if you're new, check out the link in the description below if you want to support me directly to bring you videos like this daily. It helps me tremendously. And as always, guys, you have a wonderful day.